in a world crying out for a top 10 show. John Roca and Matt Nost are here to bring you the top 10. Take it away, boys. Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of the Top 10 Show. I am John Roca.
I am Matt Nost.
And we are counting down today the top 10 worst video game movies in honor of what movie that's coming out? Do you remember?
It's Detective Pikachu.
Oh, Pikachu.
And the interesting thing now is that Sonic trailer dropped.
Oh.
We should really be doing this show for that one.
That's for sure.
Because Detective Pikachu actually looks like it might be okay.
It's getting decent reviews. Good reviews even.
Yeah, well, for a video game movie, the trailer was the first time I can ever think of outside of a couple others where I'm like, they got a shot.
Yeah.
They got a real shot with this.
Yeah.
And then you see that Sonic one, you're like, this is so dead.
Horrific. I mean, Jim Carrey's doing jokes from the 90s. Like, you would see his cutting off people talking. That's a Ace Ventura thing. I was mind blown that
It looks like a kid's movie.
Like Beyond, yeah, right, but
Yeah.
like a dumb kid's movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like just a kid's movie, which I guess there's nothing wrong with that, but you can skew a little bit older.
Yeah, what's
seem
wrong with that?
hipper, seem, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Plus Sonic looks creepy.
Oof, yeah.
Without his huge eyes with these tiny little eyes. And be like, I don't know.
The director came out on Twitter today and said that he's going to go back to the drawing board with the design of Sonic to change because he heard the social media backlash. He's going to make the change to the look of Sonic.
Oh, by the time it comes out?
And I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't have time to make the change, nor the money. Why would you waste the money in making the change? It's not going to make any money. And the design is the least of the problems with that trailer.
Well, what if they have everything done and they have two presets for the eyes? Although at the same time, you got to get the emoting and whatnot through the eyes. There's a lot. You're doubling the animation for no reason.
And it's also the fur people were complaining about, and the size of the legs people were complaining about. So it's a whole redesign.
Oh,
That you would have
no
to
chance.
do. Yeah, no chance.
If it was just eyes, you could slap the larger ones on top of the smaller ones, and it's an easier retcon than a fucking. Oh no! You guys are dead in the water.
Yeah, I feel like and Jeff was saying on Movie Talk that he thinks it's a bunch of bullshit. That he said that, but he's not really going to make that many changes.
How could he?
Yeah, there's no time.
Yeah.
And why would you waste the money on a video game movie that probably was not going to make money anyway, and is 10 years too late?
And how did you not test drive this with with an audience?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what's mind blowing to me is
At least the animation. This is what we're thinking about doing with the character.
yeah.
Here's an NDA. Sign it.
Well, that's why you don't pick. You go to a mall and pick random people. You got to pick people that know the property, know the franchise, I think, to watch it at least for one of these screenings so they can give you their honest opinions.
Well, or be made by someone that played the game and loved the character.
Exactly.
Which doesn't. This looks like a slapshod 90s film, which we're going to get to a few of them.
Yeah.
Here in the not too long.
Oh,
Which is
yeah.
like, yeah, we took, this plus this, and hey, it's a video game movie. Kids will love it.
Boom.
Kids are stupid.
You'll go see it.
Yeah, I don't know how long the mob existed out here in Hollywood. I'm pushing the length of their grasp a couple decades beyond any influence they really had.
It's a furry blue thing. What do you want?
Yeah, it's fucking the plumbers, right?
The plumbers.
We do the plumber thing, and kids love plumbing.
I don't mind the accents. I know they're making fun of us, but I don't care.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
These are some of the most famous Italians in the world right now, so we gotta support.
Got support.
We got prop up our own here, all right?
Come on.
It's not often we get these lean roles. So
Yeah,
guys,
the mustaches are ridiculous, but hey,
yeah. One guy's Puerto Rican. But
people like it.
He's doing a weird Italian, I guess. I don't know.
The other guy's a
We'll call
white
him
British
Sicilian.
dude. He's a white British dude, but whatever.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins. Gee, I wonder if it'll make our list.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Sonic. Just seeing that, you're like, oh my God, listen, I didn't own a Sega. I only played Sonic when I went to friends' houses
Yeah.
that didn't have a Nintendo. That was it.
Yeah.
I had like one buddy that had both, He was the rare exception. Everybody else, if they had one, it was a choice, one or the
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
And 90% had Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I didn't. Once I moved to Illinois, one of my friends was a Sega kid.
Uh-huh.
So he'd had every iteration of Sega, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy to me."
Yeah.
Like it was always Nintendo. Sega was an afterthought.
Yeah, I rarely played Sega.
Yeah, the controller felt weird.
Yeah. It's like the Xbox versus PlayStation 4 or PlayStation. Like some people really swear by the Xbox.
Yeah.
And some people swear by the PlayStation. It's always.
I've played them both. I like PlayStation just because the joystick is more akin to what I'm used to.
Right,
The
smaller.
Xbox is much beefier.
Yeah, it's a
But
chunkier thing.
once you get into that, the mechanics are all roughly the same.
True.
I mean, they don't agree on the order of buttons, so sometimes X is in a place that the X has never
That's
been
always
before.
weird. Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't owned either in so long.
Oh, yeah.
I've never technically owned a PlayStation or an Xbox.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played a lot on them.
Right.
Roommates have had or friends, and we would play, but I haven't ever owned one. The last system that I bought and paid for was, I want to say the Super Nintendo. Because
Okay.
my brother got the 64.
Right.
So there's no point in me getting it.
Right.
So I think that was, and then after that I went to college, and then the first PS came out.
Right.
All roommate, dorm floor, freshman year. 6 dudes have them. I could play wherever the hell I want to.
Right.
And then after that, it was house. Roommates had it. Yeah, but it's Xbox. I played some on.
Okay. I still buy. I have an Xbox One X because it plays the 4K.
Oh.
So because of the 2 TVs we have in the house, one is I have a player for it, and the other one is the Xbox player. And so it's like in case.
But do you play any games?
Yeah, I play FIFA, Madden, and NHL. And I bought NBA Live this year for the first time in like 5 years.
Basketball always sucks.
Yeah, I know, man. It
does.
never feels realistic.
No, it's a lot of times it's just like, why did he go for a layup right there?
Yeah.
It's wide open on a breakaway. That's a dunk. Why is this guy doing this?
Right.
Or like, I didn't fucking hit pass right now. Maybe I did, but I don't think I did.
Or the weird spin moves that make no
The
sense to
herky-jerky.
physics. Yeah, all of that.
Hockey was my favorite.
Hockey's the best.
It's just
It's so fast.
It is. It's so fast. And then if you turn off 2-line passing and icing, that game is fun as shit. It is. It's so much fun. That's all I learned from college.
47 to 45.
I mean, it's not that high, but you definitely score a lot more goals. It's fun. And you can figure out the weaknesses of certain goalies.
Yeah.
I remember I played so much NHL. I think it was like NHL 98. I want to say it was the Rangers, and you could deke them and win every time. As long as you deked a
Right.
specific like combo.
Yeah.
It's got to be like a 1-2-3 go right. And as long as you hit it up, more often than not, he missed.
You were good to go.
But maybe that was somewhat accurate. That was his like glaring flaw. Just it was always bad.
Yeah, there's always something with those things.
But yeah, hockey was my favorite. FIFA's good too.
FIFA's the best. I love FIFA to be.
Yeah, I like Madden.
Even the bad FIFA is still great. There are certain years where they make some adjustments that they're overthinking it, but you still enjoy the play of the game. So
Yeah.
I never argue that. Madden too, yeah. Madden's a lot of fun. Madden,
It is, but now-
when it gets smart, it's tough.
The complexity is
Yeah.
it's just beyond me. I'm not going to spend that much time learning this game and figuring out schemes for when you do you know, X, Y, or Z. Just like no. I'm not going to take that kind of time. Good on you though.
I remember in years past when I would just spend a whole Saturday playing a season.
I've never done that
Oh, really? Oh, God, yeah.
with any sports game. I've never done it.
It almost became like a test of my endurance to start at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. and just start playing a whole season all day.
You can play an entire season. Well, I guess because
could.
games are like 30 minutes.
Yeah, you could.
So as long as you were dedicated enough,
Yeah.
that's a shitload in one day. I've done it before.
With FIFA, I've played 20, 25 games in a season before one time. And those are like 20-minute games. So you can do it. It's just the endurance of it is like you start.
See, I would rather play, like, you know, certain things that may end up on our list that have a storyline that you're invested in as the action goes. And then I can play those for 8, 10, 12 hours at a time. Right. Because I'm engaged, you know, both ways through the action and through the story.
It's funny, those games never appealed to me. Like, never. I never wanted to go and, Tomb Raider's the only one. Only one that I've ever done that's like got a story and you got to figure it out, blah, blah, blah. But like Uncharted or Assassin's Creed, I've never played any of those.
Uncharted is dope.
Yeah, everyone says that.
So good. It is. There's one where the puzzle is so complex, it takes forever. You have to sit and think about, okay, what needs to transpire here, and it's
Wow.
I like that aspect of it. So there's puzzle solving, and you have to engage your mind a little bit.
Right.
Of the various iterations, some are more actiony, some are more puzzly.
Right.
And I think I can't remember, it's been years, but at least one of them has the perfect balance, and another one's got close, and then I think the next two are too much one or too much the other, or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, I addicted to those. I do those storyline ones.
All right. Fair enough. All right, so we're going to count these things down. You know how it works. Top 10 worst video game movies. Matt, you want to tell them how the show works?
But to reiterate, they already know how it works. So,
Yeah, sorry about that.
no, I like it. Let's get on board. But actually, we have new people all the time. So this is the way the show works. Once we set a topic, John and I go our individual ways and create personal top 10 lists. Show back up here. I do my bottom three. He does his bottom three. I do my next two. He does his next two. Then we trade one apiece. Once we have revealed our personal top 10 list, we create the shows between the two of us.
Boom.
I almost got into auctioneering at one point.
What?
A friend of mine does it. It makes buku bucks.
What do you mean, buku bucks?
Buku bucks.
What?
Like stupid money if you can get it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. He's also, he's the best salesman I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing. It is amazing because it's effortless.
Right.
He sold himself. At one point, it might still be, his manager was the same as Robin Williams and whatever else. He met him on a flight and just talked to him and charmed him. And eventually they got off and he's like, you know what? If you got anything coming down the pipe, I'll try and help.
Wow.
Type of thing and whatnot. And he ended up, you're like, dude, this dude is so good.
Wow.
So good.
Wow, much respect.
Well, he talked his way on to getting like 3 TV shows on at one point.
Wow.
Yeah, he pitched one, sold it. It did relatively well.
Yeah.
And then just kind of went off and produced a few others. But it was just getting into, all he had to do was get into the room.
Jesus.
And he's just that good a talker.
Wow. Respect.
Yeah, it's impressive to see.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, well, let's start this thing.
Anyway, he did that on the side for charities.
Oh, that's great for charities. Yeah.
Yeah. On the weekend or whatnot, it's just like, hey, this is a really big charity. We'll pay you X to come in and do our charity auction and, engage the people, do kind of a little bit of a show.
Shit. I wonder if he did the one I went to a year or two ago for Camp Kasem, which is for children
There's
who
a
have
lot
cancer.
of them, especially in LA.
Yeah, there's a lot of these
lot of
people. So there's the guy I saw was really fucking good. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine doing that for a living, but they must pay good money for that. So that makes sense.
Yeah. I've done corporate events, but that's a different kind of corporate event.
Mm-hmm.
I've done holiday parties, and that's better.
Yeah.
Corporates, though, it's a paycheck.
Yeah.
Just take the paycheck. Just take
You're
the
a
paycheck.
shill. Just take that pay.
Hey, listen, man, what do you need? 20 minutes and you're going to pay that? Fine.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad this is. That money is so worth it. It's not even funny. So I've done someone where it's like 15 minutes of crickets. I get them in the last 5.
Oh.
Well, because nobody wants to laugh in front of boss, and this like a weird,
Right.
it's a social event. The holiday party's better because most people start getting liquored up.
Of course. They relax.
Yeah. And I've done a wide gamut of those. I did is it the Red Hat or the Purple Hat Society? That
Okay.
old women's group.
Oh, yeah.
So they had a big soiree thing down in San Diego, and I went down and did that. Had to do like 25, 30. Did the opening 8. It was bad.
Oh.
It was bad. And then I just did crowd work with these old women in this huge banquet hall room, and it worked out to where the last 20-ish were fantastic. And I had them up and doing a conga line, and I had, given names to 20 different women there, and this one gay guy that's, you could tell was still closeted, but at the same time, wearing the brightest sequin jacket. He was like the MC the rest of the time, but everybody was like, oh, why aren't you taken? Where's your girl? And you're like, guys, you've been with gay guys for a long time. This shouldn't be a cliche. These clearly. I'm sure some of the women knew. But there were
Yeah, I'm
others.
sure they did. Yeah.
I'm sure some knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I took his jacket off and I put it on.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. But yeah, the opening 8 minutes, it was bad.
Wow.
It was bad. I started, a friend of mine told me, he was like, yeah, I was doing this corporate, and I just started doing other guys' jokes because all mine were dying. And so in that 8 minutes, I tried one. I was like, okay, let me go to a comic I know from their generation, and I'm just going to lift this 1-2 sentences and let's see if I can get them on my side. And then I've got something that's similar within that world.
Right.
So it's just like introduce, nothing. Oh, shit. Okay, let me try this other dude's. And I did like 3 of my friends. None of them. I mean, it was death. It was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe I resorted to that, but it was like 5 minutes straight of, and this is years after years, a decade of doing comedy. I know how to do comedy, but corporate events sometimes, man, they suck.
Yeah, I'm sure, dude.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Oh, well, speaking of sucking, let's transition to these video game movies that are pretty fucking terrible. You guys haven't heard us shit on lists
It's been a while,
so we thought Matt suggested this. I thought, that's a good idea. Let's have a little fun with this.
And the beauty is there's too many choices.
Yeah, there really
and
are.
I haven't seen a bunch of them.
I couldn't believe how many choices there were.
So many. I didn't know that there were like 3 Blood Rains.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Fuck that. How many Resident Evil movies?
How many Resident Evils?
Yeah.
How many different iterations? We got 3 of Tomb Raider. We got Mortal Kombats for days. We got, I mean, it's bad compounded on top of the shit bad.
It's insane.
It is insane. So there's a lot of choices. There's a bunch that I have not seen.
Thank God.
But I did go back and I watched a couple things I'd never seen before for the show that I knew were going to be bad and be like, all right. I couldn't do them all though because there's too many. There's just too many. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to pick and choose my spots here. Yeah. Number 10 for me was Assassin's Creed.
That's a punt.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What's your number 9?
Number 9 is Resident Evil, the first one.
The first one.
I haven't seen any of the others. I saw the first one.
Oh, see, my number 8 is every single installment of Resident Evil except the first one.
Well, combine the two.
Yeah, that's big. It works for me.
Yeah, this is the Tsar bomb of nuclear weapons right here. This is the biggest ever detonated. Is all the Resident Evils simultaneously. The first, I didn't go back. I've seen clips of other ones. Like, doesn't she drive up the side of a building in a bike or something?
Yes.
I remember seeing that scene. I was like, what is this? This thing was already absurd.
Yeah.
That's one of the games that I played. And the first, the very first one is excellent. I played it my freshman year in the dorm with my buddy Guido. That's his God-given name. God-given name. It's Guido. Full Italian. And I was like, you do know. And he's like, yeah, but I didn't know until I was a little bit older. It's like, wow, that's a bold choice.
Let's see if it works out for him. Hey.
Yeah. Who knows? He was one of the ones where you're like, that's a good dude. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Type of thing. I never worried about him. Solid citizen. Anyway, so after the first one, I liked the game a lot, but I was like, how do you bring to life something like this?
Right.
How do you do that? And just the absurdity once you see the roided out characters and whatnot. Be like, all right, this is so farcical. I think you were too literal.
Yeah.
On bringing certain aspects to life.
Yeah.
Like, it is a video game movie, but there's got to be some sense of plausibility. Because everything else here is just like, it's a corporation run amok, built below Raccoon City. It's just, okay. Maybe we change a name. I don't know.
No.
It always weirded me out in the game. It's like, why Raccoon City?
It's such a strange name.
Is there subtext to this? Because they're umbrella and somehow there's a tie-in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Latin word for raccoon is also roughly close to umbrella. I don't know.
That's certainly possible.
I don't know. It doesn't seem likely, but you never know.
You never know.
You never know. Language is a strange thing.
Yeah. I was in the same boat. I remember sitting in Hall H a few years ago, and Jovovich. What we did is back in the old days, right? Once you got in Hall H, you stayed in Hall H all day. You didn't leave.
You were doing a back in my day at Comic-Con?
Well, I'm just saying because nowadays everyone gets moved. Some people get moved out and come back in. They get little tickets. We didn't get any of that. Like you were super afraid to leave the hall because you'd lose your seat or whatever. So I remember that we just sat there all day because we wanted to see the Marvel Avengers thing at the end. And then at the beginning it was DC or something. And in the middle was this panel with fucking the Resident Evil. I don't know how Resident Evil got a panel in Hall H on one of those choice days, but they did. And Jovovich is on there with the director. I can't remember Paul E. Anderson or something like that.
It's Paul S. Anderson, Paul W. S. Anderson.
Yeah, W. S. Anderson. That's it. W. S. Anderson. And they were talking about how they flew to Africa to look at African masks, authentic African masks, to give them ideas for what they want to do with it. And I'm
I believe he's married to her.
Talking about?
And that was we got the production company to pay for us to go to Africa.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Because I'm the director and she's the star and we're using this for research. That's my guess.
I was watching them and I was staring at them going, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. This is you're both idiots. And I'm just watching them going, you're both idiots.
Oh, so you've seen the other resulting
Yes.
shit fest.
Oh, they're so terrible.
What's the worst moment of all of them? You know, this was the singular dumbest thing that I saw from this.
Oh, man, that's tough.
Because the driving up the side of the building, I
Yeah.
didn't see much of the rest of that film outside of that action sequence.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is ridiculous.
I think when Michelle Rodriguez popped in and they had a whole character arc with Michelle Rodriguez and her.
Man, she shows up in a lot of bad videos.
Well, here's the deal, man. She's not that good of an actress.
No, she has one note.
She has one note that's tough and sneer. That's it.
It's kind of John Barenthal-y. Although Barenthal has a little more depth.
I think so, yeah.
But Barenthal plays the same character.
Yes.
Over and
Okay.
over and over. It's nothing against him, but he does. It's just a different. Fury's the same on some level as Punisher, which is the
Yeah.
same on some level as Walking Dead, which is the same on some level as Baby Driver, which is the same on some level as. You just keep doing this over and over. But he's good in them.
Oh, that's a good point.
You need that type of character in these
Right.
movies as part of ensemble
Is
things.
he that Tom? He's the Tom Cruise of that kind of character. Is what you're saying?
Potentially.
The same kind of.
He's just kind of locked down the. Sometimes he's smarter, sometimes he's dumber, sometimes he's more of an ogre, sometimes he's less.
right.
Sicario, he's the same thing.
Oh yeah,
It's all the same.
yeah.
He's good. I'm not knocking the performance. It's just, it's not like,
Sicario, right?
yeah, in the first one where he's the dude that flips
Yes,
for the cartel.
I remember that. That's
Yeah.
a good moment. Yeah, I think anything to do with them too, because you're just watching. Like, I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous. Because there's a lot of dumb shit going. Okay, you can play the director, but like their interactions, dad is dead. Dad is dead, and you're just like, oh, this is just nothing happening here.
What dies shall not die.
Yeah, right. Oh, good reference.
I still don't know what that means technically. Do you? The
yeah.
actual, if you broke that down, what in a Shakespearean way, actually,
Yeah.
this means X. What's dead is not, cannot die, or what is it?
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah, what's dead cannot die.
What
or
is dead cannot die?
or what is dead remains dead? No, that's not it.
What is dead may never die.
May never die.
Right. What is dead may never. Yeah, right.
This is like
it's-
so the family name lives on. Is that what we're saying with this?
yes, but it's also something they said for the Iron Islands and Yara.
Yeah.
I know that's their religion. What is dead may never
Okay,
die.
so it's part of. I guess
Yeah,
that makes
yeah.
sense
So
because
they're
everything else
saying,
is
you know,
wrapped up into.
Exactly. Because the end of the phrase is, but rises again harder and stronger.
Spoiler alert on Game of Thrones, and if you haven't seen it, let's
Okay.
briefly talk about the last episode.
Sure.
And we apologize. I would say skip ahead 2 to 3 minutes.
Sure. Okay,
2 to
go
3
ahead.
minutes, and I'll put a timer on this. How about that?
Nost, you're on the clock.
We will keep it to
2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes. I got a
Sounds
timer going on.
All right, go ahead.
So if we're somehow in between the two, then we will go to 3. So just bank on that. Starting now. Did you like that last episode?
Loved it.
Really?
Thoroughly fucking loved it. I went home after we did, because we did the review on Sunday night. We watched
Okay.
it here and then review it. I drove home. Lindley wasn't going to be home for another hour and a half, and I took that hour and a half to rewatch the episode on my TV. That's how much I loved it.
Maybe I need to see it again.
Okay. A lot of people, some people didn't like it, so I respect that.
I found it anticlimactic in that everybody lives.
Pretty much.
Everybody lives.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Deus Ex Machina of Arya coming flying in out of nowhere, how she got past the massive hordes of individuals, so be it.
She spent 8 years studying to be an assassin.
True. But it's also a squandering of the Night King.
Yes.
The build up to this and Bran, like what was the point of any of this? The compression issues. So I
Yeah,
couldn't
people
tell.
didn't like it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, up in the sky when they were flying around, no idea what was going on until they got out of the clouds. I'm not even kidding. I was like, I think that's Daenerys.
Right.
And this is streaming off of, we have it through Amazon,
Yeah.
HBO through Amazon. Figured their streaming services would be better than HBO Go because they already have the server space for it.
Right.
That's actually the most profitable aspect, I believe, of their company is renting out server space to clientele, to business clientele.
It's smart.
It is smart, but they do it on a massive Fortune 500 scale with other Fortune 5s. So you're like, okay, they should have the best capability for this. And the compression ratio was just shit. But yeah, and then I understand it's a battle at night, so it's going to be dark, but this is also a visual medium.
Right.
And if I can't see exactly what's going on, it's cool like when they go storming off and then the swords start extinguishing.
Yeah.
Like birthday, like candles on a cake, just slowly getting blown out. Gorgeous cinematography. I don't need to see that to understand what the fuck is going on.
Right.
But when they get in close, you're like, I can't make heads or tails at
Yeah,
times.
you don't know which side is which.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I understand the confusion of battle. You're trying to evoke that, but we put a lot of time into these specific people, and they're all here. I'd like to be able to see what the fuck is going on.
I think that was incredible is that they all had their moments of being overwhelmed, but they never got stories throughout the battle.
True.
Only Arya and Jon.
The Hound kind of ish.
Yeah, right. The Hound a little bit.
And then...
And Beric.
Yeah.
But like Jaime and Brienne and a number of the other people and Tormund, they all basically stayed in the same area the whole time and fought off as much as they could fight off.
20 seconds.
Okay, overall, whatever. But there wasn't much of the story told, and then they live. So you're like, okay. And Podrick, Gendry, they all live.
Yeah, just
Tyrion.
landing the dragon on the battlefield. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, over and over and over again. But we will stop there with
All right.
4.5, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Right back to your regularly scheduled programming done. Perfectly.
All right, what's your number 8?
3 minutes,
Good job.
0.00, 0.41. So 41 hundredths of a second.
This is the kind of extra content we're giving you now.
Bam! So that was my 9. So you can't pick a singular moment from any of the Resident Evils. It's the most shit.
No, it's all. They're all so terrible. I mean, like, what am I gonna say? You know,
8 is Hitman,
which one?
the first one.
Okay.
For this reason and this reason alone, and I have nothing else to say on it. It's the only movie that I've ever fallen asleep in.
Oh wow!
I fell asleep.
And this is your boy from Deadwood, or our boy from Deadwood, Timothy Oliphant.
Oliphant.
Yeah.
And I was pulling for him.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in the theater. It's never happened to me outside of being drunk a couple times because we had stayed out drinking and saw a late movie. Hello, King Kong. And
King Kong is the wrong thing to see late at night when you're drunk.
oh, dude, we went to a midnight screening and I got off stage at 8:45. So I'd been drinking until 11:45. And then we went to almost 3-hour movie or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell asleep for like 25, 30 minutes in it.
God, that movie was shit.
I didn't miss much. I saw it later.
Yeah.
But it was the boring parts. I thankfully lucked out there. But yeah, that's literally all I have to say about it. I haven't seen it since. And when we were doing this list, I was like, you know what? That's the only movie I've ever fallen asleep in.
Yeah.
Adios, muchacho. You make a list on some level. That's got to be a fucking scarlet letter for the rest of your life, as far as I'm concerned.
It's a terrible film. Oliphant makes it watchable, but it's a terrible film.
Okay, couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I slept through half of it.
Totally respect
the
it.
second half, I woke up at the end. I was like, no idea what was going on in the last 10, 15 minutes, and then we walked out.
Fuck is all this? All right. So my number 10 is Final Fantasy Spirits Within.
You know what? I didn't hate that movie.
Oh, really?
Was that the one with they had to find the flower or whatever that was still?
Yeah. With the facial
Yeah.
stuff.
For some reason,
I hated it because it's some of the worst voiceover work I've ever seen in a film, and also because my expectations were so high, and because it's all this technology, blah blah. I go in there and I'm like, oh man, this is fucking lame. It's a fucking lame story, and you built it up in this way, and you completely screwed the pooch in this film, and so that's why I put it at 10 though, because it's not like high on my list is one of the worst, but the disappointment of it all. I had to put it on the list because I really thought it was going to be fantastic, and it was so terribly bad that I was just surprised by how bad the film was.
I saw it with zero expectations.
And it made no money. It was supposed to make all this money. It made like fucking $9 million opening weekend. People went,
well, I mean, Final Fantasy is somewhat big here, but it's not as huge as it is, I assume, in Japan, where it must be massive because they've made, I don't know how many of them.
Yeah, a lot.
Yes, most migrate, I imagine, over here. But my guess is they got extra titles on top of stuff that's not here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had never played the game. I had zero expectations. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I like that they're pushing the boundaries and this is getting more interesting to visually kind of look at.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't hate it.
Okay.
It's not good, but
Right, it's not. Number 9 is Double Dragon.
That's a punt.
That's awesome.
That's a punt.
And as I said, my number 8 is all the Resident Evils except the first one. All right, go ahead.
7 is the first Tomb Raider.
Oh, the first one.
I didn't like any of them.
Shit.
I haven't seen the latest because I just don't care.
Yeah, fair.
With
so with Alicia
Vikander.
Yeah. So the Jolie one, the first Jolie one, you didn't like.
Because the thing is,
I don't disagree. It's a terrible movie.
It is, and the second one is arguably worse. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to fight you on that. It's just a MacGuffin works in video games with the absurdity level because you're putting in on these story ones, you're putting in a bunch of time and effort, and it's got to be for some epic. weapon or this or that or the other. So they're going after, what is it, the Cradle of Life in this one?
Cradle of Life, yeah.
I think that's the first one. And fucking her clock has some significance in finding
with her
all
dad.
of this. And it's about like the Illuminati, but they're searching for this one big ridiculous thing. And though she has, as far as you can tell, I believe she has some training, but
Yeah.
she instantly turns into Indiana Jones, but like a really slick, almost Matrix-y kind of Indiana Jones.
Yep.
And it's like some of this works in video games really well, but if it's not Jason Bourne with the realism, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
Because you're setting it in the real world. So make him Indiana Jones, make him,
Yeah.
something where, yes, it's amazing what's happening, but simultaneously that still, they're not doing, I guess you still have to adhere to her doing the backflips with the specific landings because it's the character.
Well, I think that's what my problem with the film was, is that it was like everything was already set up. She was already set up. There's no origin story. She already is.
Yeah.
And so you're like, okay, well, what journey am I on? Oh, it's just because Jolie's in the cast or she's the lead.
Yeah.
I have to go along with it.
It's generic.
Yeah.
The whole thing top to bottom. Nothing about it is memorable.
Nope.
And that's the game to me. Like the action was what was good, not the story. So
And the hidden truth about Jolie is that she acts down to her material. She does not elevate material. And people get mad at me all they want. She doesn't elevate material. When material's good, she brings it. When material's not good, she just cashes that paycheck, and you can tell.
okay.
And in like all these Tomb Raider films, she's playing one note, the swagger. That's
the whole
it.
time.
Yeah, and then occasionally she'll have that, like those moments with her and John Voight, her actual dad in real life. She has a little more like emotional stuff going on, but not that much. And then it's back to the swagger,
Yeah.
and the confidence, and it's just like, this is boring. This is fucking boring.
Yeah, so after the first one, my expectations were nothing on the second, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
delivered on nothing, and then it soured me on what could have been something interesting.
Yeah,
It just, I don't know. It's even if you made her like James Bond, that would be closer to realistic,
Sure.
as opposed to what we saw.
yeah.
So
Agreed.
that just killed me. Anyway, that was my 7.
Okay, what's your 6?
6 for me is Street Fighter.
That's a punt.
Okay, the original.
Yes, the original.
Okay,
My number 7 is Prince of Persia.
you never saw it.
Oh, man. Woof. I went because I'd played the game randomly with some friends.
Oh,
One of the friends talked me into going to see it with him on a Saturday afternoon. Fuck this show. This film sucked.
dude, I played the original.
Oh, yeah, all the way back to the beginning.
Yes, on my Apple IIc. We had
Holy shit.
Prince of Persia, and that was one of the few action games.
Yeah.
Because everything else was like, this is a typing game. I'm a good typist now. Thank you, Mom, forcing me to play that. More games like that, or
Yeah.
like sleuthing, but you're just like getting clues and whatnot. And this had like little bits of, you got to slide and you got to jump over
Yeah,
spikes. And
yeah.
yeah, but I never saw it.
I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal is obviously completely miscast here as a Persian prince, and he's like a white dude, and they do brown face on him to a degree, and all the weird shit that goes. I think Kingsley's in this as well, and all this weird stuff that goes on with. I think Molina's in this as well, and all of it around.
Alfred Molina's on this?
I think he's in this. I forget.
Really?
Let me see.
I remember Kingsley from the poster and the trailer.
Yeah, let me see. If
So he plays the
Molina is in
baddie,
this.
the
Right.
basically the Jafar.
By the way, has he ever been a good villain?
What do you mean by there's no such thing as a good villain? We're talking about like a
Like he's
anti-hero that we're following along with?
like he's acted well as a villain.
Oh, Sneakers.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fair.
There's got to be others.
I was right. Alfred Molina. He is in this thing. Toby Kebbell's in this thing. Yeah, obviously Jake and Gemma Arterton, who's hot as hell. But like this film, it was so stupid and boring and yawn-inducing and overall. And I thought it was going to be a fun action adventure movie. I was like, I can get past Jake playing this person. That's fine. You got to sell the movie. But you go in there and you're like, oh my God, it's horrible from top to bottom. And it insults the character. It insults the story of the video game. So I just was really surprised by the overall result of it, you know?
Yeah.
And Mike Newell directed this.
What else has he done? I know the name, but it doesn't. It's not like it's Scorsese, and I instantly go, boom! Here's Mike Newell's filmography.
He did 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Okay.
He did this film called Enchanted April. He did Amazing Grace and Chuck. He did Donnie Brasco, though.
Okay.
So you got to give him a little props.
It's an excellent film.
It is. But then he did Mona Lisa's Smile,
Ooh.
The Goblet of Fire from Harry Potter.
Eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Love in the Time of Color, which was terrible. And then Great Expectations, I think the De Niro one, and 2012, is that right? Oh no, that's a different one. But then not much else after that. So I think Prince of Persia pretty much killed his career as a director. So
Well, Donnie Brasco is really good. So
yeah, Brasco's the one thing you can say Mike Newell got right.
you connected on that really well. That was out of the park.
Donnie B. All right, that was your number.
That was yours.
Oh, that's number 6. So number 6 is Max Payne.
Yeah, I never saw that one either.
Oof.
Never played the game. Didn't care.
I wanted to love this movie so fucking much, man, because of the game. The game was awesome. It was kick-ass. All the stuff, the otherworldly shit he's dealing with there in New York, or I think it was New York, and all the stuff that he's going through. And then you're like, oh, this is going to be a video game? I mean, it's going to be a movie? Oh, shit. You got Wahlberg? Oh, shit. This could be fun.
True.
And then you go and see it, and it's like, this is horrible and a slog and boring and uninteresting, and it's all one note. The entire fucking movie is Wahlberg doing one note and then getting into these situations, and the storyline is horrible, and the supposed twists and turns, just like, this is a colossal waste of time. So I was super upset at that movie.
I mean, wasn't the hook of the game the bullet time thing where you
Yeah.
could slow down time as you jumped and shot?
Exactly.
Which is a cool thing for video games, but I know they tried to replicate it in the movie.
Right.
Of course they did.
Well, of course, because it was happening at the time with Matrix
Yeah,
and
with the
everything
Matrix.
else.
But it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just, I remember reading about that because I was playing at that point. I still play PC games.
Yeah.
So I've played a lot of various different games. So I understand getting sucked in like that, but certain things just work better in video games than they do within movies.
Yeah.
So I don't really know that you need to bring that over. Plus, I was surprised this one had legs enough for a movie. It's like, oh, okay. Is there a story in that video game I don't know about?
Yeah, right.
I didn't ever hear about that. All I heard about was like this cool, bullet motion. You slow down time, and you fire as you're jumping sideways, and it's really cool. I never heard like compelling storyline.
Well, he's a regular dude. He gets involved in this whole weird ass, strange world of Norse mythology and all this kind of shit.
What
and
the
you're just
fuck?
like, yeah, exactly. And it becomes crazy. The cast: Mark Wahlberg, Mila Kunis, Bo Bridges, Ludacris, Chris O'Donnell, Nelly Furtado, Donald Lowe,
Oh, yeah.
and Olga Korolenko. And you're just like, what the fuck is
You
going on?
don't remember Nelly Furtado?
Of course, the singer.
Yeah, with the one hit.
Yeah.
I'm like a bird.
I'm like a bird.
I'm like a bird. I only fly away. I don't know if I show it. I don't know if I something. Baby, I'm like, it just keeps repeating over and over and over again.
And this guy who directed it almost sank the Die Hard franchise by doing Good Day to Die Hard. He also directed that one.
Ooh.
The great John Moore. Yikers. Anyway, all right. That film was just terrible from top to bottom. And because I thought it was going to be because of noir, too. I thought it was going to have that noir aspect of it all. And they shit all over it. Mila Kunis is in this thing. It was terrible. All right. What's your number 5?
My number 5, actually, I didn't know it was a video game, but it's such a turd of a movie, and I've seen it a lot of times.
Ooh, okay.
That when I just looked up all movies that were made from video games, just so you have a full list, like on Wikipedia, and just be like, all right, what have I seen? What haven't I seen? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Wing Commander. You ever seen this turd?
Yeah, Wing Commander.
With Freddie Prinze, and was it Matthew Lillard?
Matthew Lillard. Woof.
And there's that French actor who is, let's see, in Da Vinci Code, he was, when they go to the bank and they have the special key, he's the guy that brings them the chest and eventually turns on them in the van.
Yes.
He's a French actor. He's been
Is
in
it
a
Cassell?
million things.
Is it Vincent Cassell?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's one of those guys like, oh, that dude always pretty much plays a villain.
Was he Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 13? Was he the bad guy in that? Is that who that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Was it the bad dude in Bad Boys? Was it that guy?
I haven't seen Bad Boys in so long. I don't believe so, though. I don't believe so.
Let me look this up. I gotta look this up. 1999 film. French guy. Yeah, Teshki Cario.
There you go.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy in Bad Boys.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
I couldn't remember.
Yep.
But yeah, he always plays a bad guy.
Yep.
He's an excellent bad guy. You just hate him. But he's technically a good guy. He's like a bad guy until you realize he's actually a good guy type
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
And it's just so fucking stupid. The whole movie. It was on repeat on Stars. And I saw that thing about 45 times in the course of my junior year.
Holy fuck! Why'd you keep watching it?
Because it was on for the entire duration of my
Damn.
junior year. It's just
Damn.
like, I don't know, I'll put this thing on in the background as I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I've seen it a lot of times. And it is so dumb.
I'm sorry, man.
It's like they have these space planes and they can jump to hyperspace, but there's a division between people that have been living in space for generations and then still, Terrans, so to speak. And Freddie Prinze is like half Terran, half them, but he doesn't know about his lineage because the Terrans look down on them, whatnot, and he's the only one who can save them, and it's just so fucking dumb. So dumb. I've seen it a lot of times, and I can't believe that's all based on a video game.
Oh, yeah.
Because that video game must be brutal.
Oh.
Just fucking brutal.
Brutal to play, you mean?
All of it.
Oh.
Whatever story it has is wafer thin. That thing is painted in primary colors.
Yeah, the guy who directed the movie directed the video game.
That's good. That translates. So there you go. It makes a lot more sense now. Although I will give him credit. He tried. There's an attempt at an arc for the characters, but it is fucking terrible. Matthew Lillard's easily my favorite part in it.
Oh.
I've watched him in a lot of weird movies. You ever seen SLC Punk?
Yeah, SLC Punk. I remember that.
Yeah.
Back
It's just a weird, it caught my eye because he was in it.
Yeah.
And I watched it one night.
I always got the confused with that and SFW. I always got those two confused.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, SFW is a weird-ass fucking film, too. That was your number 5?
That was my 5.
Do I go 5? Yeah.
Yeah, what's your
Doom. Doom is my 5.
Yep, never.
Oh, yeah?
Once
Oh,
again.
well, as a slave to Dwayne Johnson, I have to watch everything he does.
Yeah, I don't trust Dwayne.
Woof. This was terrible. Even Dwayne jokes about how terrible this movie is. And this is when he was making terrible movies. So if it stands out as one of the most terrible movies during that period of time when he was making terrible movies, that tells you something.
He's still making those.
Every once in a while.
Rampage?
That was a lot of fun for me.
Okay. That's fine. It's just still, Jumanji, I believe, is now his best rated film.
Yeah, probably.
And I would guess by like 25, 30 points on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, maybe. Although Rundown is good. The Rundown is fun.
Is that the one with Sean?
Yeah,
et cetera,
Sean
et cetera, et
William
cetera?
Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
one actually is, and I don't know why more people don't enjoy that film.
Yeah. Sean William Scott, Christopher Walken.
Chris Walken. There's another one too. There's who's the big
Rosario
baddie?
Dawson. Walken is the baddie, isn't he?
Not really. He's the guy that knows his dad, isn't he? And he ends up kind of being a good bad guy.
Right, that guy. Yeah.
So he's someone that
Yeah, I forget who.
he's a thief with a heart of gold type of thing.
Right.
He lives in that same world, but he's one of the good ones in that world.
Yeah.
There's like a big baddie in that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it'll ever come up on a Schmo Notes. You're fine. You already pulled anybody from that movie that is ever going to be in question. But it's like they go
You
down to
never
South
know.
America and they got to get out of the jungle and there's this weird Contra-like force.
Right.
You
It's
know,
not
the
John
Sandinista.
Grease. Is it John Grease? No, it can't be John Grease or Ewan Bremer.
Maybe it is Chris Walken. I thought it was.
Chris Walken is the main bad guy.
Okay. What am I confusing?
Whoa. Ewan Bremer is the Heart of Gold thief. That's the guy from
Maybe I'm thinking like
Trainspotting.
him and A Man on Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's the guy that comes in and tries to guide Denzel back to normalcy.
Yep.
Because he's been living in that world. But I swear to God, it was this. Because Seven Psychopaths, he's not a bad guy.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it's your movie. Anything else to say?
With Doom? No, just like that. Whenever you watch it, you think maybe Carl Urban, Dwayne Johnson. You got yourself something like this. And Doom is a pretty dark ass.
Carl Urban's in this?
Yeah, Carl Urban's in this.
Damn
thing.
it.
Yeah, man. He talks about it too.
I have always liked that dude.
It's a running joke. Yeah.
For whatever reason, man. And I'm surprised. It sucks like he has a great part in Ragnarok, but at the same time, that character's never coming back.
Yeah.
Even though you flew off,
Yep.
you could have come back in Endgame if they really wanted to, like you're one of the dead bodies or one of the Asgardians that happens to live or something like that. But clearly, it's just like, that sucks. That was your only foray into this world.
Yeah, so I was surprised I didn't see him in Avengers Endgame because he does
Technically lives.
Yeah, he technically lives. So
I don't know. Maybe he is down in that village and we just never saw him. But
that's good possible.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, those are the only people in the movie. Dwayne Johnson, Rosamund Pike, the girl from Gone
Yeah.
Girl. She's in that too. It was absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. And when you got like a Polish or Czechoslovakian director, you're pretty much fucked.
By and large, I don't see the Rock's movies in theaters.
What? Really?
Nope. Wow. Because what else are we talking about? Fast and the Furious? No, thank you. I won't see Hobbs and Shaw or Shaw and Hobbs.
What? That's not going to be one we review on the show?
I don't like the Fast and the Furious. This is just Fast and the Furious with 2 dudes instead of 7.
That's a shame. 2 charming dudes, though.
Dude, they lasso a helicopter with a chain.
Yes,
I mean,
you're right. I know.
It's the same fucking shit. Now it's even more outlandish.
You didn't see Skyscraper?
No.
Okay.
I don't see Dwayne The Rock in theaters, man. It just doesn't happen.
Baywatch? No.
Nope.
Moana, you saw.
That doesn't count. You fucking know it.
Central Intelligence?
Never saw.
That was good. He's
Okay.
good in that.
Sure.
I did not see Gem and the Hologram, so move past San Andreas.
Never seen.
Boat was in the water.
Boat was in the water. I don't trust The Rock.
Hercules? No.
I saw Hercules. I actually saw that in the theater because of Ian McShane.
Yeah, Ian McShane, he plays the bad guy.
It sucks because Ian McShane usually that's the harbinger of death in movies.
That's right, because this Hellboy thing came and went.
Yeah, almost everything he does, unfortunately, movie-wise, is not good.
Interesting.
That's why I hope John Wick 3.
Pain and Gain is good.
Yeah, no.
You didn't see that?
I don't see The Rock movies.
All right, fair enough.
Just doesn't happen.
All right, what are we moving on to?
My number 4,
Which is?
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
All right, man. I didn't even watch it, so go ahead.
Oh, dude,
I never saw it.
I saw it. It came out when I was in high school, and I saw it like afterwards when it was on TNT or TBS or something. It is just so. It's not only bad. Everything about it is bad.
Yeah.
Like one we punted from me earlier. We're going to get to on your list. At least the cinematography they tried and the costumes they tried and this they tried, and you could just tell they put no money into this. The story doesn't make a lick of fucking sense. Yeah. The outer world is trying to take over Earth World instead of just calling it Earth. It's Earth World.
Right.
Even though all the protagonists, by and large, are from Earth, so you would just think, well, hey, lone 2-3 people over there, you call it this Earth thing, but to us, it's just straight Earth. People in the know. But just the stupidity of like the franchise is over technically, and now suddenly we're back, yay! Because of this random thing that happened over here that was insignificant in the other movie. Bada bing, bada boom. Because I saw the first one, I thought it was bad, and just even a lot of the martial arts, if memory serves in this, is just so lazy.
Yeah.
Some of it's really excellent. The people that have been training for this their entire lives and probably were on numerous stunt crews for Jackie Chan and shit like that and just been working nonstop. They're awesome.
Yeah.
But it's the Sonyas of the world. I don't even remember if Sonya's in this one. I know
Sonya Blade, is that what she is?
it's Sonya, whatever.
Okay.
But the Russian chick that used to do like the backflip kick in the game, whatnot, like the splits kick type of thing. And I think she's in this one.
Okay.
But it's just so bad.
Yeah, no surprise.
Over and over and over again. But the cinematography is extra special, awful. Like certain things that, like in Deliverance, I think a lot of the night scenes were shot in day and they just used a specific like filter or something in post-production to give it the feeling of night, but the edges don't quite make sense. Right. So I think that was the choice there. And it's like they carried that into today where they clearly shot a bunch of shit during the day and the technology actually looks worse of trying to make it like, no, it's night. Oh, here we are at the Temple of Gygax. You're like, all right. This never should have been a movie in the first place because it's a stupid fighting game.
Yeah.
With no story whatsoever. And the fact that we now have fucking sequels. But it's just so bad.
I like the Temple of Gygax. That's good.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. So bad.
All right, my number 4 is Hitman Agent 47, which was the sequel. And the reason I put is in here is because they said that we're redoing it. We're going to make changes. It's going to be a different type of film. And I'm like, because I love the Hitman franchise. It's one of those ones that I used to buy and play because of the skill level to kill and shoot and whatever. It was fun. I didn't want to go pick up a rifle and go kill people. Let's make that very clear. It's a fun game to play. And the story was interesting. So I thought, okay, Rupert Friend's in this. This could be fun. And it is a dog shit show, man. And I was just incredibly pissed. And I got suckered again and walked in to see this fucking thing, and you get this. They put him with a girl who's trying to find her father, and you're like, okay, this is gonna work out. And then you see there's like stuff. They tried to do a real thing with her, like her background and her connected to all this kind of stuff. And you're just like, man, this is all so terrible. and handled so horribly. How did this get approved, first of all? And second of all, how do you not walk off the set? Like, it was mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are a lot of great questions that are left to the ether because who knows who's going to ever be honest about any of that.
Kieran Hines is in this. Zachary Quinto's in this shit. You just think it's going to work, and it really doesn't.
Outside of Spock, what else has Zachary Quinto been memorable in? I didn't watch Heroes because I thought it was bad.
Okay.
I watched the pilot and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I never watched anything else from then on.
To be fair, man, we haven't seen him in much other than the Star Trek movies over the last few years. So I don't know if he's producing or working on stage or anything like that. But
it's nothing against him. I like him as Spock.
Yeah, he's good Spock.
I just can't think of anything else that I'm like, oh yeah, Zachary Quinto.
I like the guy who played Spock for the second season of Star Trek Discovery.
No,
fantastic.
Okay,
fantastic actor. Great Spock. So, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Here's what. And I'll catch a heap of shit for this, but I already got it from somebody else I know. I think my second favorite iteration of Sherlock Holmes is the Miller version on Elementary.
Oh, really?
That is my second favorite version.
So Sherlock Cumberbatch first. No, you like...
I would take Downey.
You take Downey and then...
Miller.
Over
Cumberbatch.
Wow.
Because what Cumberbatch's and Miller's are roughly the same thing on some level.
Yeah, right. British
Modern
American.
day, hyper intellect. But I like the version of if someone is wound that way and they're constantly meticulously looking over every room they go into and trying to acquire as much knowledge, that is a very specific, almost autistic type of individual.
Sure.
So for him to lapse into drug use because he can't quiet his mind and life turned against him and whatnot, it seems a natural conclusion to me, and that he would still fight with that. So the demons within him, it makes him a more relatable character to me because there's a flaw there.
Okay.
Whereas Cumberbatch is like, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
At least Downey's he still dabbles in drugs and he's drinking and doing opium and stuff like that because he needs to quiet his mind.
Yeah.
And Cumberbatch's is just like, this weird type A personality-ish or whatever type that is. And I just like the duality in the others versus this one.
Yeah. Lindley refuses to watch the Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes because she loves the Cumberbatch one so much. She's like, American doing a British...
Yeah.
I'm not going to...
I think the Cumberbatch's, the stories, especially in the first few seasons, are much better.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're small movies.
That Moriarty's fantastic in that show.
But I'm just saying, for an interpretation of the character, I love the writing behind that and then the execution because he has all these little physical tics that come out throughout the entire run of the series.
Interesting.
So he's carried that acting style with. That was a choice. This is part of the personality of who Sherlock is. It's just like, this is a really good performance. Because it's a procedural show, no one gives two shits about.
Right.
And I don't watch any procedural shows. This is the only one.
Do you like Lucy Liu as Watson in the
She's fine.
Okay.
She's fine.
Okay.
It's
more about Johnny Lee's
is.
performance. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. All right, what's your number 3?
3 is Punt from earlier, Double Dragon.
Okay. Well.
Because you would think they would have learned their lesson from one we're both going to get to more than likely.
Yes.
You can't just take the slap shot. And I knew it was bad going into it.
Yeah.
I had no illusions, even though this is early in video games. But you saw the trailer and you're like, this is fucking stupid.
Right.
This is basically the one movie we're going to get to meets Ninja Turtles because Ninja Turtles was successful, but it had but it had this outlandish. I think they were roughly around the same time. So now they were doing we'll do a lower budget. We'll get what's his name, T2000, Robert. Robert
Patrick.
Patrick. I was about to say Pattinson. I'm like, that's not it.
No.
And he's the evil guy.
Yeah.
And Scott Wolf from Party of Five, and Alyssa Milano with the bleach blonde, short crop, and the one of the Asian B movie that guys that got the lead, like Asian American.
Oh yeah, Al Leong, that guy, from Die Hard and shit.
That guy.
Yeah.
It's just like, he popped up. He got those roles for a long time, and it just makes no fucking sense. The premise is like the government rules with an iron fist during the day, but the punks come out at night. It's Escape from New York, set in 2000 something.
With all these soft ass people in it.
It is. Yeah. And there's another one where, like with Resident Evil, where the roided out guys on this, it's like, well, I don't understand. The prosthetics look pathetic.
Yeah.
And this is the height of practical effects. Like, this is the zenith of the 90s. Now the guys have been around for
Oh, right.
Yeah.
For some time.
for some time.
Yeah, yep.
There's a ton of work out there. There's a bunch of great shops.
Yep.
That shit slowly starts drying up within 3-4 years as CGI becomes more and more prevalent.
Right.
And now we have to make a point to go back to it. And the fucking prosthetics are terrible.
Yeah.
And Double Dragon does not have a story.
No.
At all. It's a stupid, you and another dude are out fighting punks in New York.
Yeah.
Basically what Reagan predicted eventually came true. So like the inner cities are lost and all the people fled to the suburbs.
Yep. You get the Chinese talisman. Well, listen, the guy has kept directing up until 2017. He has done music videos like all he's done.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's pretty incredible that he's been
Good for him.
yeah, like Mariah Carey, Shawn Mendes, Def Leppard, Chelsea Lately. He's directed that. Bill Maher's stand-up that he did Silicon Valley, Dennis Miller's stand-up. So this guy, the Cheetah Girls. There you go. This guy's definitely been in demand.
He's worked.
How incredible. Farm Aid 90.
He just found a better medium.
Yeah.
Something that works better with his skill set.
I think it's the only film he's done. Everything he did was a music video up until that feature film, and then the rest of it is all music videos all over again. How funny, man.
Which I'm sure those things pay as well as like commercials.
Oh, yeah.
So you make good money.
Yeah, people like what you do.
I asked the director on set once, we were talking, and he was nice to me all day. He's like, I feel bad that we cast you for this because I got paid like a primary, but I'm just in the background of the shots because the focus was the kids. It was a kid's birthday party. So we were just talking, and it was a hot day in Pasadena shooting all day. But I was like, I don't care, man. You're paying me to be here.
Yeah.
So I'll stand around in the background. I'll do whatever you want. And he was like, that's true. They're paying me to be here, and it's not like this is an art piece kind of thing. And then I was like, look, you don't have to answer, but what do you make for something like this? I don't know. And we've been talking for a while.
Yeah.
Because they had to set up shots because kids are running around. It was a college mascots for ESPN with Capital One thing back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like a kid's birthday party. The mascots.
Oh, I think I've seen that one.
Are jumping through fucking hoops and banging like in the paper thing they do for college and high school games, and they're running through those. I'm in the background.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I get to set the schedule. So I set my rate, and I say I'm $10,000 a day, and it'll take me 2 to 3 weeks with post-production, and I get paid for every one of those days.
Oh.
And I was like, holy shit, man.
Oh, my God.
So you're going to make like $200,000 for this? And he's like, yeah, it's not bad. We're shooting like 4 of these, so I think they were going to take a month.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so he gets paid for the month. And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me, man. He's like, it's a pretty good gig. And I'm like, hell yeah, it is. He's like, it's a matter of being able to get it.
Yeah, right, of course.
But it's a pretty good gig. And I was like, yeah, that ain't bad.
Damn.
That ain't bad.
Damn.
Yeah, and think about it. So that's 1 month. So if you're a commercial director, you make
Oh, yeah.
even more money.
Yep.
What if it didn't take him a full month and he only scheduled like, we'll do it in 3 weeks, and then you turn around, you got another job, you take off like 2 days, and then you got another one right after that, and be like, I made another $200,000. You're like, that's fucking crazy, man.
Madness.
Yeah, and that's good. Can you imagine? There's got to be even higher on the spectrum.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure.
this dude makes $50,000 a day.
Right. Because they know it's great work.
Yeah, or it's just whatever. They sold a lot of product, and it
Right. He's got the
looks,
nice
it's
stuff.
slick. Well, good for you, man. Double Dragon's a turd.
It is.
It's a turd.
He gets working. My number 3 is a pun from earlier, Assassin's Creed.
That high, huh?
Yeah, because it is a terrible movie to fucking watch from beginning to end, and
It's
you
boring.
waste Fassbender, and that's even worse.
It's
At least it's not bad, cheesy bad. This is boring.
you got him. You got Cotillard,
Maureen Cotillard, yeah.
Jeremy Irons, Brendan Gleeson.
How can you waste all this fucking talent on a story that's great in the video games?
Okay, do they do the time travel thing in the story?
Yes.
I mean the video games. Why not just because aren't there? Okay, does it do that in every video game?
not in every video.
Because to me, the best parts of the movie was 1492 Spain.
Yes.
Hands down.
It's where it should have stayed.
The whole frickin' movie.
Right.
And then you spin it to where
The
just like
futuristic shit and all
that's
that kind
fine.
of
Like, now we're going to then maybe go over because I know one of those was set in Venice. I don't know if it was a time travel one. Then we go over to Venice. We're in Venice, like, oh, that's interesting. And then somehow, whatever, bing, bang, boom, Fassbender's ancestors later on down the line.
Right.
One happens to look like him, a la this. And now he's in modern day. I would buy that 100%. But this stupid animus
Yeah.
and hooking him up, and you want to talk about a bad MacGuffin, the apple from the Garden of Eden, and this is man's free will. And the Knights Templar are trying to take away our free will because that was never God's intent.
Yeah.
So now you're assuming God's intent. I think God's intent happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he gave us the choice of free will. We chose free to will.
Yeah.
You can't change that. So
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but God's will already happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, if you believe in God,
Exactly.
then there is either free will or predestination.
Yep.
But technically, both are a choice.
Yep.
Left by him. It's a mind fuck.
Yes, very much so.
So to take that away, to turn us all into drones, I don't understand why the Knights Templar would want that to be.
Yeah. There's no logic in this thing. That's what I'm saying. It's top to bottom, boring, and the story sucks. So, and it's a waste of talent. So that's why I moved it all the way near the top, because I'm like, there's a lot, all these factors weigh heavily in the decision to move it up, because it's like, it's a colossal waste all around from beginning to end. These other ones, no one thought Double Dragon was going to be a good movie, or
True.
Max Payne, or well, not necessarily Max Payne, but Prince of Persia, or any of these. Like, you're not going in going, oh, these are going to be masterpieces. You're like, I just hope to have a good time. Oh, they're terrible. Suck. Fuck. But this, you're like, oh, shit. Fassbender. This could be it. The trailers look good. And you're just like, damn it.
Sadly, I think Fassbender's career is done.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Because this X-Men thing's going to end. And then you wonder where he goes from here.
Yeah, but the problem is he's got this on his resume. He's got that Snowman thing on his resume.
Snowman's terrible.
He makes, unfortunately, he picks bad scripts.
He does.
Because he's an excellent actor.
Yes, he is. It's like Clive Owen. Clive Owen had a really bit of a run.
Yeah.
And then boof. No one's casting Clive Owen.
Although he had more of a run to where he led.
Children of Men and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Like these big, serious adult dramas.
Yeah.
Which they've given those to Fassbender, just they haven't worked.
No, they haven't. I wish them.
Yeah, I think that because the action sequences set in Spain were so excellent.
Yeah.
That it merited higher.
Okay.
It still succeeded, even if that was only 12, 18 minutes of the actual movie.
Okay.
The rest of it, though, was so stupid.
Yeah. What's your number 2?
2 is Blood Rain. I watched that for this. It's amazingly bad.
Yeah. That's why it's not on my list, because I can defend it. I can defend it as at least an enjoyably bad film.
Oh, I don't even know. Like, dude, Michael Madsen phones it in in a way that I don't know that I've ever seen on film. Where clearly he knew from moment one, because like Michelle Rodriguez is giving the same performance Michelle Rodriguez goes. And Ben Kingsley is giving his hammy
standard.
Yeah, his standard.
Yeah.
I'll give you, my B or my C plus or something. Right. I'm only going to try so hard. And we all know that of him. Oh, another excellent baddie that he's done is Sexy Beast.
That's the best villain he's ever done.
Yeah.
Agreed.
He can do it.
Yes.
But we also know from him that he's also going to be in some shit, just like Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
He's an excellent actor, but sometimes we know you're just going to be in some shit. So none of us hold it against Ben Kingsley.
Good
We're
point.
just like, yeah, you do your, it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. I don't think of you as a bad actor. No. The chick that goes on to T3.
Christiana Loken.
There you go. I mean, was the weapons training like the 2-3 days leading up to shoot? Because she's so slow to make these moves. You're like, I don't understand. She has sex with the other worst actor in the film, the dude.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. They're just like, yeah, we got fuck.
Yeah.
In this dungeon. It's just the two of us.
It's weird, yeah.
It's so weird. Meatloaf going over the top.
That's right.
For Meatloaf, he's going over the top with a bad wig. Like there are certain moments where they're really trying to pull off the reality, and other moments where they're making like an Army of Darkness. We're poking fun at horror.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. I don't think that was intentional by you Bowl at all.
Right.
Whereas you're saying you do.
Yeah, well, I no, it's not so much that I think it was intentional. I think more it's a matter of like Uwe Boll puts a signature on his movies. And you can either enjoy them or not.
I believe that's called stench.
Yeah, sure. Either way, yeah, right. If the ones that don't enjoy them, it's a stench. The ones who I like get what he's done is a signature. They're terrible movies.
Shit smells sweet to a maggot, or
I
whatever.
guess so. Yeah,
a shit fly, a horse fly.
I was in a shoe fly, but like you see, what I think about this film is that I didn't think it was going to be good. So when I went there, I was like, oh, this is so fun. This is dumb. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you know this, but Uwe Boll was in the boxing match against Snyder.
Yeah.
So like Jeff Snyder.
I didn't know that until I knew Snyder for a while.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you were that dude? I remember hearing about that story back in the day.
Yep. Snyder. Classic Snyder.
It is classic. When I walked in today, he just came over strutting.
Yeah.
And so I just strutted back at it, just mimicked him. Was like, "Oh, we're strutting tonight, are we?"
He was in one of his moods today.
He's in that mood a lot.
Yeah. I love Jeff. He's one of my favorite people.
He's a cantankerous 50-year-old in the body of a 33, 4-year-old.
I know. That's what I enjoy about Jeff all the time. People sometimes don't understand him. I'm like, he's harmless as a fucking fly, dude.
He handed Wendy, when I walked in, that's what he was walking up, a copy of Half Nelson. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to put you in a Half Nelson later." And I was like, "You'll probably tear a rotator cuff doing it."
Yeah, old
So
man.
you might want to hold off on that, old young
down.
man.
All right, my number 2, unless you want to say more about it.
No. I mean, it's bad top to bottom.
Yeah, it is.
But if you really want to see somebody photoing Michael Madsen, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. No, you got to go to the castle of Blood Ramuth. And you're like, okay. But remember, when you're fighting, that you got to be confident. And like other times, he just looks so hungover.
Yeah.
He just looks like
probably was.
Maybe he was.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe
I
he
wouldn't
was.
put it past him.
In the ridiculous wig. It's like, dude, this is not his hair.
Yeah.
Him and Meatloaf both had bad wigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. The movie is fucking terrible, and rightly is
Vilified as such.
yeah. Can't believe there's 2 sequels. Anyway,
my number 2 is Street Fighter.
okay, the one from earlier.
Yeah.
I only put it lower because Raul Julia, the reason he took the part was because his kids wanted it. So as he's dying, he's hamming up and doing this big part.
Yeah.
And now it makes me like the movie a little bit more.
Oh, that's fair.
But it's terrible.
It's so horrible.
It's terrible.
And you got to work really hard to be a terrible Van Damme film. Like, to stand out.
True.
Is what I mean. And this one fucking stands out. I can put up with Double Impact. I can put up with Lionheart.
Oh, I like Double Impact.
I can put up with all these films that he did up until The Quest. The Quest is when it all ended for me.
Did see it.
And nor should you ever. But when I saw this, I'm like, what in the actual fuck? And we did it for a Blunderdome.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I watched it. And so I went back and watched scenes of it for this to make sure that I hated it as much as I did. And I do. I hate it to pieces.
Well,
terrible dialogue, terrible action, terrible story, jumps from one thing to another.
Makes no sense.
The dude from Gandhi who plays Nero is in this fucking film. I felt so bad for him. I was like, you were fucking doing Gandhi, man. You're doing Street Fighter.
The UN peace force.
Yeah,
that Guile is he a general in this army?
Yeah.
I don't know what army has a boat. So, you know what I mean? That's a different division of the military forces, but I want to say he's Army. He's definitely not a Marine.
No.
And he just gives a rousing speech, and everybody goes, yeah, fuck the chain of command. Yeah. And they all jump in their vehicles and whatnot and go. It's just like, what the fuck is going on here? It's like a stealth boat.
Yeah, a stealth boat.
Stealth boat. Yeah, it reduces our radar signature. Yeah.
I think they just like, let's do this. How do we make it work? Okay, we'll say this line. That's basically, I felt like they were just kind of piecemealing the film as it went along.
Well,
there's no cohesiveness.
Exactly. Stealth boat doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever.
Zero.
So it's just the idea, like that was it. And then the, what is the name of the animal character? The Berserker or whatever.
Yeah.
And
he's been waiting there. He said the whole film inside that thing.
Yeah.
And then finally comes out.
Clockwork Orange to just see like devastation, and then they pump him with some stupid drugs a la Bane in Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
And he just comes out as like, what? No. Yeah. Why use this character? Why don't we build to this character, guys?
Yes. What's the rush?
Because this Bison was, was fine. And what, Chung Lee is a reporter?
Yeah.
Trying to think what else. They have the Russian guy.
Yes.
Who's one of those that guy actors that plays
Zangief.
Yeah.
It's I think it's Cobb, isn't it? Cobb, the guy from Bloodsport, isn't that him?
Yes.
That is him,
yeah,
right?
It is him.
Right?
Yeah. That popped up. He was Ogre from Nerds.
Ogre from Nerds, right.
Oh, no, that's a different dude, isn't it?
I thought it was him. Hold on. Oh, no, it's the dude from Hudson Hawk. Did you ever see Hudson Hawk?
Yeah, it's been so long.
He's the dude who's like, he's making fun. Big, dumb blonde guy.
No clue.
Yeah, I forget.
That's the reference point. No. I remember the stupid
Andrew
singing.
Bernarski, that's his name. Yeah. Yeah, Hudson Hawk. Any Given Sunday plays one of the linemen in Any Given Sunday.
Sure. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
He's the ogre of his generation. He's not ogre, but he kind of looks like ogre.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in much.
He's in a lot of B movies.
It really is. Yeah. The Curse of El Chato. Yeah, there you go. He plays Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. So there you go.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in Pearl Harbor. Give him some love.
It's a big ensemble cast, but congratulations, you're in a movie I didn't care for.
He's in Rollerball.
Ooh, the Chris Klein Turd Fest?
Yes. Anyway. All right. This is a terrible movie all around. What's our number one? Super Mario Brothers?
Super Mario Brothers.
Hey-oh. There's nothing that's been that incredibly terrible and hit so many wrong notes from casting all the way to the end of the film.
Well, it's because the director wanted to make one film, but in order to get funding, he had to call it Super Mario Brothers and put the characters in and shoehorn. So basically, he made half of the story of going to that prehistoric land where everybody can be turned back into their reptilian self, which has really nothing to do with Super Mario Brothers
at all.
in the slightest.
Yeah.
So that was the storyline that he wanted to do, and then he had to force in, because that's why there was all that oozy, spiderweb of fungal type of things, and that was taking over people and whatnot. That was part of his storyline. And then they ended up being like mushrooms to fit into Super Mario Brothers. Like they put in the stupid bomb as a nod to, that was like one of the few nods.
Yeah.
Calling these monstrosities Koopa Troopas when then nothing in that world looked like that.
Yep.
From the video games. Casting 2 non-Italians.
Yeah.
Which I don't care about, but they're not Italian.
No.
It's like it's plainly obvious to a child's eyes.
Right.
Although I grew up with Italians.
Yeah. But you could tell, though.
Still.
Yeah.
Like Hoskins kind of looked like one, but in no way did I believe he was Italian. And then Leguizamo, I knew was Latino.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't buy you as Italian in the slightest.
Right.
You're no Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't think you can just chameleon yourself into numerous different ethnicities.
Samantha Mathis is the woman in the film. That's right.
No clue. Yeah. Princess Toadstool. That's technically Princess Toadstool.
Right. Daisy.
What's his name? That he had a TV show, but he slayed all the hottest actresses. Has a
Fisher
weird name.
Stevens.
Fisher Stevens.
Yeah.
He's one of the henchmen, along with the guy that's from Do the Right Thing, that he's the brother that gets along with
Richard Edson, the guy with John Turturro.
Yeah.
Fiona Shaw.
They're like the henchmen that turn on Dennis Hopper on a dime. Like, I don't know where they've been bumbling idiots, and they turn into smart guys, but they're smart guys who are stupid.
Yeah.
And then they turn on him. It's so, it just... You walk away going like, I don't understand any of these choices. Like, this is an incoherent mess.
It's ridiculous.
It is. And it just established video game movies suck.
Yep.
If this is what they think, because kids are dumb, we'll just give them a movie, slap a name on it.
Yeah.
Because I remember Beastmaster was sold to me as He-Man.
Right.
Like, this, unofficially, like, wink, wink, this is He-Man. And you saw it and you're like, He-Man doesn't have a ferret. What? No. But the first time I saw it, at a friend's birthday party, he was like, dude, my mom rented, or my dad rented He-Man. I was like, there was a He-Man? How did I not know there was a He-Man movie? It was in the prime of my He-Man years.
Right.
And then saw it, I was like, it's called Beastmaster, but it's like, this is He-Man. All right. Kids are dumb.
Yes.
And man, Super Mario Brothers is just so bad.
And Hopper is terrible, and we're probably high half the time, if not the whole time.
Yeah, I assume he's coked out.
Yeah, because it's so ridiculous the performance that he's doing and wearing the fucking
spike
lizard
thing,
stuff. Yeah, on his head is like,
and these weird
crazy.
garish, slick.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
All of it was madness.
It's like a futuristic version of. Where what's Malcolm X wears at the beginning.
Oh,
when he's red.
Suits.
Yeah. Like you take that to it's the underground, the hip underground, futuristic Dennis Hopper. He's a kingpin wearing shiny silver suits with like fuchsia colored ties and shit. It's so bad.
It is
like every choice, and it's another one with the cinematography. It's so stark. It doesn't really play into this is set on a video game.
Right.
It seems like bad Total Recall.
Yes.
Yeah, it's bad.
All right. Well, that's our top 10 worst video game movies separately. And now let's put this list together. You want to do the writing? I'll do the banging.
No problemo.
Okay. Certainly Super Mario.
Yeah, Super Mario easy. Slam dunk one.
Yep.
Let's see. You had Assassin's Creed where?
3.
All right, I had that at 10. Where'd you have Double Dragon?
9.
Well, 3.9 beats 3.10. We don't have anything else in common higher, do we?
Is Street Fighter? Did we each have Street Fighter?
Where'd you have it?
I had it 2.
Yeah, I think 2.6 beats.
Okay.
All right, so Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And then I would say Double Dragon, then Assassin's Creed.
Sounds good.
What's your next highest?
Hitman Agent 47 at number 4.
All right, my number 2
Okay.
is Blood Rain.
Yeah, put it in there.
Wow, that seems so much worse to me than a bunch of these, but okay.
Blood Rain.
All right. And what do you got next highest?
Did you put Hitman in there? Number 4.
That's your number 4?
Yeah.
So we have, I got Hitman, you got, okay, so let's do just
You
a
want to do double?
combo, yeah.
Okay. That works for me.
Because we're going to end up doing that with Resident Evil.
If it makes the list.
True. Well, it should because of the commonality.
Yeah, we'll see.
At some point.
Oh, good point. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Might be, well, let's see, what's your next highest after that?
Doom at number 5.
All right, I got Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Do you want to do all the Resident Evils next?
Yeah, sure.
Since we have all those.
All right.
And then I would say Mortal Kombat next since I got it higher.
Okay. So where are we at now?
We got 9 and 10 left. You're 5?
Yeah, 5 is Doom.
We have nothing else in common, right?
Max Payne, Prince of Persia, Double Dragon, Final Fantasy. No, I don't think we do.
Have you seen Wing Commander? Because that's my 5.
I have not seen Wing Commander. I'm not going to fight you on it. You want to put I don't care.
I don't either.
Yeah, well.
Okay, I say, honestly, we flipped.
Who loses?
What
Whoever
is the
loses.
shittier of the two? Using the new coin that Matthew Hasso
Oh, he sent us a new
sent us.
coin.
Now, do you want to say the loser has to go higher or the
Yes.
winner has to go higher?
The loser has to go. Is that how it works?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because the winner would want to be at number 10 as opposed to number 9.
Right.
So what side are we calling?
Ooh. What is it? Batman and Superman type thing?
I'll do it like
Oh,
this.
heads.
Whichever lands tops
Sounds good.
is going to be the winning side.
Sounds good.
So now when I flip, we'll call my version. Oh, that makes. Why didn't
Who
I
won?
just do that? Well, Batman did, but I was like,
Oh.
my version will be Batman. Yours will be. I don't know why. I added a step for no fucking reason
Okay.
in my head.
All right. Just flip it.
It's our third show today, people.
We're almost finished. We're
Straight
almost
through.
finished.
We're
Let's
working
do
through.
this.
So I will just flip.
Okay. Ooh.
Batman again.
Of course it is.
Batman again. So that
Who sends
means-
this? Hasso, right? He weights the coins in your favor.
No, that's only the one with my face on it. This is made by the same company that made the last one, and it
Oh,
was
okay.
50-50.
All right.
The one where it's me, where Outlaw
Yeah.
is on the other side with the hat, that one always lands. I think it's because there's less etched out, so it's heavier, so it lands
Oh.
like that. That's my guess
That makes sense.
because of the hat.
Well, you're physics. You're no science. I don't question your science acumen.
Hey, it would be so infinitesimal. I don't know if that's actually accurate. I
Just
need
saying.
someone actually who knows science
verify this?
to verify.
Okay.
That is a blind guess. So you are the loser.
Yes.
Although I think since I won, I make the choice.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Wing Commander's a real piece of shit. So I'm happy to put
And at 9.
it at 9.
Okay. Doom at 10.
Done.
Let's do this. The top 10 worst video game movies, yeah. At number 10.
Doom.
At number 9.
Wing Commander.
At number 8.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
At number 7.
Every Resident Evil.
At number 6.
Both the Hitman and number 47.
At number 5.
Blood Rain.
Blood Rain. At number 4.
Assassin's Creed.
At number 3.
Double Dragon.
At number 2.
Street Fighter.
And our number 1 worst video game movie is...
Super Mario Brothers.
Hey, what do you expect, huh? We's gonna come in last. Oh, that's more Jar Jar. All right.
That is more Jar Jar.
There you go. What a fun list to count down and shit on. Let us know what you think of Detective Pikachu.
Yes,
That'll be
yeah,
fun.
actually.
Yeah.
Please tweet us.
See
let
what
us
you
know.
think.
if enough of you like it, I'll probably go see that
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah. You like that animation stuff?
For those that don't realize, because you've never been offered this, at the $5 and above Patreon section right now, we put a recap and review up of Avengers Endgame. It is all spoilers.
Yes.
But if you've never looked before because you've never had access to a streaming show there before, go over there, check it out. We're trying to provide more content across the board.
Hell yeah.
As a thank you for everybody that supports us over there. That's patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10. Patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10. But yeah, you can get that there. And then everybody else that wants to listen on the free feed, we're going to put it up next Monday. Well after, it's losing its topical status. But we wanted to give a thank you to the Patreon people
Yeah.
and eventually put it out. We're here because of them now, by and large. And
People like listening to our reviews, Matt.
yeah. And at 5 and up, like they're the bulk of the people that have been with us for a long time.
Yeah.
And before you just got your name shouted out, well, now here's a name in a half-hour show.
Exactly.
And it's all spoilers, though. So if you haven't seen the movie, then hold off.
Right.
Don't
Don't
listen to it on
ruin
the
it
free
for
feed
yourself.
next week. But yeah, that's it. For the live shows, please, if you want to go to any of the 3 locations that we put out there, which is Houston, Toronto, and New York, either email us at the top 10 live with the number 10 at Gmail, the top 10 live at Gmail. Put in the subject line the city and the body, how many ever people that may or may not come with you.
Yep.
If it's just you, fantastic. If it's you plus, some people have said I can bring 4, 5, 6, even higher numbers. There's a 10 out there. Just let us know, and that way we can get a head count and start looking at various locations.
Yep.
But we have a general head count right now. Or go to facebook.com/groups/the top 10 show with the number 10 once again.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find in the About section all the different groups for those specific cities. And join the group there, and we'll start a discussion there about who would come and which dates and it's stuff like that. So hit us up at either of those 2 places if you want to see us live. Thanks to everybody that supports us. You can follow me online at Matt Nost, MATTKNOST.
You can follow me at The Roca Says on Twitter and on Instagram. And Matt, I hope you don't mind if I make a little bit of a plug for another show that I've just started with.
Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. It's not gonna happen. You pimp cinephiles on here. You pimp Outlaw Nation
I also
on here.
pimp top 10 on those
You
shows.
pimp, I know. I don't care.
Yeah, all right.
Plug away.
Just a real quick, you guys have heard Shannon McClung on the Top 10 show with us, and
He's a jerk behind the scenes, by the
he
way.
really
a
is.
jerk.
A mad jerk. And Michael Vogel, who you've heard on Cinephiles a number of times. The 3 of us, we're we're friends for 20 years, and we just randomly decided to do a podcast. We've been building it for quite some time. It's called The Geek Buddies, and we're just going to talk geek shit and the news of the week.
My buddies and me.
Exactly.
That's all I thought of.
We want to
Geek
have
buddies.
we want to make our buddies your buddies, and that's the kind of, and we want to promote just positive interaction about the stuff going on in the geek world, because there's so much division going on now and so many fandoms. We can debate, we can disagree with each other pretty vehemently, but still remain friends. And that's kind of what we want to bring across through the show. And so if you'd like to do that, please go find us there on iTunes, hopefully and on Stitcher, The Geek Buddies, on Spotify, but we're doing it through Anchor. So go to Anchor and you can download the episodes there and give us some love. All right, that's it. That's the plug I wanted to do. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you letting me do that.
Not a problem.
Follow Matt at Matt Nost. Follow me at The Roca Says.
Correct.
Did you do the Patreon stuff? You want to donate?
We did all that.
Okay, great.
We did the Facebook.
Okay.
That is it. Look for other stuff from Patreon.
Yeah.
And then let's see. So Sunday was Relist. Monday was the recap and review of Avengers.
Avengers.
Today, obviously, is the top 10. And then tomorrow, we're releasing a Relist that got lost in the shuffle and never got released.
It did.
Like 2 months ago.
I apologize.
It was also, we had a problem with uploading.
This is why we're on our own.
Yeah.
We can take responsibility for our shit.
And we
Get it
have
up there.
and we have help now from a bevy of individuals, and our thanks goes out to Christos Alexakos, Kristen Smith, Matthew Hasso, Clay Williams, and Joe Ibarra.
Yeah, Joe Ibarra, thank you. And Clay.
Yeah, all 5 of you are helping us. Even though you've offered, hey, I can do more.
Right.
The small things you're helping collectively, it makes us able to do the recap and review and make sure we're getting out. We're going to try and provide more and more content for you. And so the help that you guys are giving us is immeasurable. And if you out there want to help, leave us a review somewhere.
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
Yeah.
Retweet the link. Whatever you can do helps. We got more guests coming up for future episodes.
Yep.
And we're going to try and be better about doing that, bring more people into this universe.
And we still need, we're still looking for graphic designs. We're still looking for anything you want to provide to contribute to the show.
Yeah, we need to reach back out to the people that have.
Yeah.
But, we got back from Chicago, and then I got deathly fucking sick for 2 weeks. This is the first week I've been healthy since we've been back.
Yeah, I don't know who got you sick over there, but I'm mad at them. I'm very mad at the person.
Well, I got the flu, and then I got the bronchitis.
Yeah, I don't know who shook your hand and gave you that. That's pretty fucked up.
It's pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I actually ended up having to go to the hospital.
Holy shit.
Finally, I went to the ER. It's because I started coughing up blood.
Holy shit, man.
Well,
I did not give you that.
That was bronchitis.
Right. I've had bronchitis, never coughed up blood.
You could have given it to me. You may not have.
I don't think
Who knows? Who knows?
I know.
I got a secondary infection from the flu.
Yeah.
And it was bronchitis, which is sometimes a normal occurrence.
Yes.
With him because your immune system's ass is already kicked.
That's right.
And it's an easy bacterial infection that gets in.
All right.
But it wasn't even that bad.
Okay.
I'd already been coughing so much that I'd gotten most of it out.
Yeah.
But it just finally ruptured a blood vessel. Literally, I was in and out in less than 2 hours.
Okay.
It's fine. Got on my medicine, fine thereafter. But so to the people that have submitted for the graphic design, we will reach back out.
Yeah.
On top of that, my computer died out of nowhere. I don't get a new one until Tuesday.
Jesus.
Yeah. And it's whatever. It's been a weird 3 weeks for me. So you will be hearing from the both of us. We've just been busy getting back into the swing of things. And that was shit video game movies.
There you go.
Good luck to Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Sonic, no fucking chance.
No chance.
No chance. And that's it for this
That's
week.
it. Yeah, let's wrap this up. All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening to us this week, and we will see you next time on the Top 10 Show.